Are you feeling overwhelmed? Do you have too much to do and not enough time to do it in? Hi, Margaret Maloney here, and let's talk about how you can stop feeling overwhelmed. You're busy, you have a lot of projects, lots of people need to talk to you. You would like to actually get home one day and see your family and friends. Perhaps you've even made a resolution to yourself that you aren't going to be so far behind, so disorganized, and working so hard and spending so much time at the office. Well, what are you doing about it? Let's take a look at how you can stop feeling overwhelmed by looking at some quick and simple changes you can make in the way in which you manage your day. First, do you know how you spend your time? I'm not implying you're goofing off. I know you're working. Do you know where your time is going? If you don't, the first thing to do is to find a quick and accurate way to capture your time so that you can be aware of what is taking up most of your day. Now that you know how you're spending your time, ask yourself, is your time going to the right places? In other words, are you working according to the true priorities? If your time isn't going to the areas that are the top priorities, then you need to step back and reassess and get yourself back in alignment with what are the top priorities. You want to think about it like a critical path. Are you following the overall critical path of everything, the totality of the work that's assigned to you? If so, the third thing to think about is, are you being unreasonable? In other words, have you taken on so much that it's not possible, no matter how amazing you are with your time management skills and how efficient you are, is it impossible for you to do what you would like to do in the time that you have, given that there's 24 hours in a day and you might want to eat and see family and things like that and sleep? So think about that. And if you are being unreasonable, then you need to lighten up your load. Take something off of your to-do list. Assign it to someone else, which takes us to number 4. What can you offload? If everything that's on your list is really the appropriate priority, really needs to be completed, then take a look at that to-do list and see how you can remove some items. Now, the first way to remove items is, are there things you're doing that aren't value add? They don't need to be completed. They're not progressing your career, your projects, anything that your company needs. Get rid of those. Is there something you're doing that should belong to someone else? Because if that's true, you should reassign that work. That's why you have a team. I want you to think of this as number 5. Do you have a plan? When you start your day, your week, your month, even your year, and even beyond, do you have a plan? At the beginning of the day, do you know what are the top 3 things you're supposed to accomplish that day? Do you know what you're supposed to have accomplished by the end of the week? What are the must-haves for the month, the quarter, etc.? Where's your plan? Before you leave at the end of the day, do you revisit the plan for the next day or two to remind yourself of where you need to be and when and if you are on track? You don't want to be that person who's always making apologies, running late, driving to one location when they're supposed to be at another location because they've forgotten about a meeting. So do you have a plan, and where is it? So number 6, where is your plan and how often do you check it? Which actually ties back into something we just said, right? Which is, if you have the plan, are you checking it regularly so that you know what you're supposed to be doing? And while we're thinking about that, there's a 7th item I want to throw in here, and it's about your calendar. Where do you keep your calendar? Do you have everything in one place? You should have all of your calendar items on one calendar. And in this day and age, it's so easy to sync up so many different calendars. But I still have recently encountered a person who had a calendar for work, a calendar for home, a calendar for her kids' activities, a calendar for her volunteering activities, and a calendar for her husband's activities. And this was, as you might guess, not working well for her. Put it all together in one place. You can generally mark items as private, but you want to look one place to get the picture of where you're supposed to be and when, to help avoid missing appointments, missing important events, and overcommitting yourself. So stop using multiple calendars. There we have 7 things to think about, very quick, simple, to help with your feeling overwhelmed. And one bonus item I want to throw in here. When you're feeling overwhelmed, believe it or not, one of the best things to do is to take a break. So instead of turning up the heat and trying to multitask and doing too many things at once, step back, walk around the office, walk up and down the hallway, turn away from your computer, breathe for a few minutes, clear your head, revisit your plan, and then get back into it. And those are some ways so that you can stop feeling overwhelmed. Bye for now.